Welcome back to another episode of Fess. On today's edition, I get to interview Yahadi Jan, a woman breaking the barriers in the male-dominated industry, that's the taxi industry. But first, let's take a look at health and fashion.
Hair relaxers or straightening products. Many women opt for salon straightening treatments to help keep curly or unruly hair poker straight for months at a time. However, in 2011, the US Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration issued a health warning over the risks of exposure to the dangerous chemicals found in them. Whilst salon workers who regularly use these products are at the most risk, it is still wise to avoid the dangerous chemical by manually straightening hair with blow drying and straightening irons instead.
Smart Spaces, your real estate experts making all your housing dreams come true. We are getting bigger and even better. Now, we have moved to our new office at Paradise FM building at Pipeline. Now we are closer and our service will only get better. For more information, call us on 222-1122.
890-6855 333-1133.
Smart Spaces, smart choices.
Welcome back from Health and Fashion. Sitting with me today is Yahadi Jan, the second and only woman in the taxi business in the Gambia. Yahadi, welcome to Fess. Now tell me, how long have you been driving a taxi?
Thank you very much. I've been driving since May 11.
May 11?
Yeah.
What made you got into that profession?
Well, I thought of the lack of job in the country. I think the private sector is filled up and government is also full. So we cannot just sit down and wait for government or private sectors to create jobs for us. I think we have to do it by ourselves.
So what were you doing before you started driving a taxi?
I was a female butcher.
A butcher?
Yeah.
That's also something that is not very much known
in the Gambia, yeah.
Now, when you decided to be a taxi driver, how did your family react to that?
It was kind of funny to them, especially my mom. She would not believe that I could do it, but I kept telling her that I'm going to do it.
Was she happy that you did it, or would she rather that you not do it?
She's happy with everything I do. She's always proud of anything I do.
Do you receive any backlash or negative reaction from the community? Because this is something that we don't see in the Gambia. We've had one woman before, now you're the only one in this profession.
Yes, I did, but not much. 99% of the population are always encouraging me. I only met one or two people who did not like the idea.
Were they male or female?
Male.
Male.
Both of them are male.
What did they have to say?
One of them said to me, "Are you the person in Western Gambia?" I said, "Yes." "It's not worth it. This is not for women. You have to just go home and wait for your husband."
Did you ask him why? That is not why.
Before I asked him why, there was this lady sitting in front and started insulting him, so I just could not just go in it.
So you have women actually backing you up?
Yes, that woman backed me up. And the other guy, told me that he would not have his daughter or his wife do it because women are very delicate.
You're very delicate?
Yes.
In what sense?
That's all he said.
Now, would you actually advise young women or women in general to take up this profession?
Sure.
Why?
Because it's very, let's say, it's how do I put it? It's a very noble job. And I think we can do it even better than the guys. So I will call on them to just join me. It's fun. And it's something you do for yourself. At the end of the day, no one pays you, you pay yourself.
So are you working for somebody or is the taxi yours?
No, I'm working for myself.
You're working for yourself?
Yes.
Hadi, are you married?
No, I'm not married.
Now, a lot of people might say that because you might be single. That's why you have this chance to also do this job. Let's say you work from what, 7 to 7?
Yeah, 7 to 7.
But we see a lot of women in offices, like people that work in banks, that work from 8 to 8 or 8 to 9, and it does not affect their marriage life. Do you feel that if you were to get married, it would affect your job?
No, because I have a very understanding fiancé who is very proud of what I'm doing.
Okay. Now, what about your friends? How do you have time to socialize?
Well, actually, I'm not a too many friend person. I have a few friends, or my actual friends are my 2 sisters, and we live together.
Another question, actually, a lot of people want to know the answer to is, do you feel like you'll be in danger because you're a woman and being out there? Is that a reason why you're also not working late hours of the night?
I don't feel like I'm in danger working during the day, but it's not safe for guys to work at night, talk less of women.
Okay, so just because you're a woman is not the main reason why you're not working at night.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what are your future aspirations? Do you feel like taking this to the next level?
Yes. I mean, if you start something, you would like to see it big. You would like to see it grow. If I have the opportunity, I would take it to the next level.
Now, what do you have to say to the people out there that feel like this is not a job for a woman?
All I have to say, please guys, don't take me wrong. Just stop sleeping or dreaming. I mean, we have to wake up. One foreigner hired me some days ago and told me that I was very hot when he said it. Gambians are very lazy. I mean, that was not a nice comment from a foreigner. I mean, I think we have to stop giving the foreigners that is, how do I call it? Okay, I think we have to, yes, stop giving the foreigners that reason that we are lazy. We are not lazy. Especially the women, we have to get up and do something. I think it's high time.
Now, I know I asked this, but just to emphasize on it, as a woman, you could have chosen, I know you said the office is full, the government is full, but there's other businesses people might have thought that you can get into. You could have opened a shop, you could have been into the tailoring business like a lot of women now. But why specifically driving a taxi?
I believe in this fact. If you follow the crowd, you will only stop where the crowd stops. If you do something by yourself, I think you will move further than the crowd.
And is this business lucrative for you? Are you making a lot of money?
I will not say a lot of money, but I'm making something.
Enough to take care of yourself?
Enough to take care of myself and my daughter.
Oh, you have a daughter?
A beautiful one.
Wow. What does your daughter think about her mommy driving a taxi?
She's very proud.
She's very proud?
Yeah.
I'm sure she would like to be like her mommy as well.
That's what she says all the time. Mom, when I grow up, I want to be like you.
Let me be honest. Prior to inviting you, a lot of people actually raised this question. They wondered if you were educated, because we know that in this country, unfortunately, people tend to assume that a person is uneducated depending on the job they choose to take. So let's hear it from you. Did you go to school?
Yes, I've been to school.
Which school did you go to?
I went to Albion School for my primary school, and then to Gaba Jahumpa, and then to Gambia High School.
So when you were in high school and you were studying, was it always in the back of your head that you wanted to be a taxi driver, or did you have another career you wanted to jump into?
When I was still in school, I wanted to be a hostess, an air hostess. But then after school, I did not see the possibility of being an air hostess. So I ventured into business.
That's where you became a butcher, or you had other businesses first?
I started going to Senegal to buy things and sell them before I became a butcher. Then from that, I became a butcher. And then the butchery business is not working anymore because meat is very expensive and the average Gambian cannot afford it. So instead of me wasting my money buying a bull to keep it for a month or 2 weeks before it's finished, I decided to gather my money and buy a taxi. But while I was doing this butchery, I had this taxi driving at the back of my mind.
Now let's hear this. When you first started driving on the road, I know it's typical for men to think that women cannot drive. I'm sure you're proving them wrong. Please tell me you're proving them wrong.
Of course, and I will continue to prove them wrong.
Good. Now where did you learn how to drive?
I learned how to drive from Jai's driving.
How long did that take?
This was in 2003.
2003?
Yeah.
And then you waited this long to...
No, I've been driving cars.
You've been driving?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Another thing I want to know is, what other hobbies do you have? People want to actually get to know you as a person, not just as the driver.
Okay. I like cooking a lot. And I like going out, like to the beach.
Now, do you feel like all the women look at you and, you know, probably raise their eyebrows or have negative thoughts in their head? Because it's not something we see. You're actually breaking barriers here.
I've not come across such women yet, really. Because 100% of the women I met every day, sister, keep it up, that's what they tell me.
So it's just the men that have a problem with you being in the profession?
Just 2 men.
Just 2 men?
Just 2 men, so far. 2 of them only.
And I hope they're watching, and then they get to
so.
hear your story, and then they get to know that you're doing this for you, and it has nothing to do with them. Absolutely nothing. Now, how do you drive? Do you do the 8 dialysis from location to location, or do you do what we call the town trip, that is the exclusive ride?
No, I think the fun of taxi driving is the 8 dialysis.
So are you a part of a garage, of a crew in a junction like all other taxi drivers?
Yes.
Which one?
At Cooperative.
At Cooperative?
Yes.
And how are you received there? I hope the men are treating you fairly.
They're treating me very well.
That's good. Now, I know right now you're getting a lot of attention and a lot of media coverage. Are there any companies that represent women that have contacted you so far trying to empower you?
I think, what's the name of the group again? Youth Gender Empowering, I don't know how they call themselves. They contacted me some time ago to have a talk with me, but they've not called back yet.
Okay. And what do you plan on gathering women and talking to them to inspire them to work above the norm, or do you plan on opening your own company whereas you're going to have women drivers?
Yes, if I have the means to do that, I would love to do it.
Okay.
I plan to make this my career.
So that's until retirement?
Yes.
And I really admire that. I thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Roots Wrestling Club, in collaboration with the Pipeline Development Association, staged the first ever grassroots wrestling in the Gambia. The occasion was meant to promote grassroots traditional wrestling in the country, where it has already attracted thousands of spectators and lovers around the country. Children aged between 4 to 12 years took part in the championship, with 24 children compete in 12 combats. With spiritual aspect of wrestling like showering of liquid and substances, other highlights of the day was when a wrestler called Gainde, who is believed to be around 4 years of age, performed a spectacular traditional wrestling dance and defeated his opponent in fighting, making him lovable by almost all of the spectators that came to grace the occasion. Other notable wrestlers were the like of Butut, Duto, Leket, Dofwan, etc. The special grand combat was compete between Scorpion of Wrestling Club Jefjel and Bebetas of Wrestling Club Serakunda Mbolo, which was won by Scorpion, who won a spectacular style and revenge.
Thank you for watching again. I hope you were inspired like I was. Now, don't forget to join us again, same place, same time. See you soon.